We're back with the Bad Vibe. With Dwight and Jeremy.
Dwight, Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy. Yeah.
All right, anyways, yeah, we're done with that part. This is episode motherfucking 57.
Yeah, we're back in a car.
Yeah.
We're
not going to keep doing these.
No.
Car.
This is a rare instance. We said last week that the next episode would be back in the studio, but what happened is we're doing this early. We're not doing this in the normal day that we do.
Yeah.
So this will be kind of like a bonus episode. You'll get one a week like always, but this week you'll get two.
Yeah.
So
some days you might get two. Yeah.
We're thinking about going into doing 2 a week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a test run on a second podcast in a week.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. It'd be funny, like, you know, when you do things like this, you get real into, I don't know, a lot of people who listen probably also do things like creative ventures and stuff, but you get real set. You know, like if you watch The Tonight Show, there's a way that it goes. He comes out, he talks.
I like how you're comparing us with The Tonight Show.
I know, they don't even come
a show
close.
that's been going on for, decades.
You know what? Fuck The Tonight Show. Ours is better. Ours is better, and I'll tell you why. Fucking Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, all those fags. They go up there.
Conan for 9 months or 7 months.
Yeah, but I'm saying all those late shows.
That's what pissed me off.
But they're all phony fucking bullshit. Jay Leno doesn't want to talk to Jude Law about his new movie. It's boring. They try to act like they're having a real conversation. Yeah, right? That's pretty good, dude.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
Right?
Do it again.
No. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, they try to act like they're having a real conversation. They're not. It's all pre-planned.
Yeah. Now Leno is doing what he wants.
And now he's got a good show.
You know what I mean?
Now
I haven't seen his show.
His garage.
But he's doing what he wants.
He's wearing fucking Canadian tuxedos or whatever.
Conan was doing what he wanted, and they took it from him.
Yeah, but even that, it was still structured. But what I'm saying is, even though ours is kind of loose, there's no format. If anything's a little different, you're always like, is it going to work? Like, why wouldn't it work? Just because we did this earlier in the week and we're doing it again, doesn't mean it's not going to work. But you had that, like, weird anxiety about it, or at least I did. But, so it's a bonus episode. It's episode 50 what? 7?
57.
57 Chevy. 57, our cousin Donnie's football number.
We usually try to rhyme them with something, or place them in an area of what they...
Like an age. Neither one of us are 57
Like,
years
last
old.
one was 56. I said pick up sticks.
Yeah. 57, pick up 11 sticks.
You know, because we're geniuses like this.
Yeah, we are. We're masters of wordplay. I'm a master of stuttering.
Yeah.
I hate it. Sometimes I'll listen back to these. I always listen back
and
to
I'm a trainee. I could write the book on it.
Sometimes I'll listen back, and I'll be like... I'll listen back for quality control or whatever, and I'll be listening to myself, and I'm like, if that wasn't me and I knew that guy, I'd slap him for stuttering. Like, that stuttering fucking asshole.
We sound like idiots. You're like, am I listening to it in slow motion?
One time I accidentally listened to it in, like, ×2 speed. I was like, what the fuck, were we on, like, Adderall that day? And then it took me a good couple of minutes.
Was it on 1.5?
It was on maybe
1.5 will get you going fast, but it's not like...
not real noticeable.
It's kind of like, what the fuck?
You were like, I'm like, I'm here. And I was like, what
that might be on 2.
It sounds like we were on speed. It took me a few minutes to realize, but, yeah, I don't know.
Right, you had something to ask.
Yeah, you had said something about, like, or somebody had asked, what do you think happens when you die? I wanted to kind of get into that just a little bit.
Okay, what happens to your body, your mind?
Just in general, like, discuss. Like, so, like, other people's theories, whatever. What do you think when you die? It's just over, right? Like lights are turned off.
Yeah, you're just done.
I assume that
you're
it's
like dead meat.
I've always said that whatever happens to you die is whatever happened to you before you're born. Like nothing, right? Like you don't exist. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I mean, obviously I don't know. I've never died, and once I have died. Do you
mean like you don't like nothing exists? That's if the world revolved around me.
No. Well, I mean. The world does revolve around you to you.
You know what I mean? Like,
when you die, the world doesn't exist in your universe.
No, I mean, the world revolves around me to where when I die, everything's gone. No, I'm not saying I believe in that. I'm just saying,
yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Well, I had this quote. This was something I said a long time ago. Like, I was real young. And this was when I was coming into... I was really being a little bit more comfortable with talking about religion. To religious people, because we grew like where we live in our family, everybody's real religious. And, you know, of course, me and Dwight are not religious at all. We have no religion. And I was just starting to get comfortable with that. And I remember...
I have a bunch of religions that I make fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I see it.
So, we're what most people call atheists. I don't call myself an atheist because I
used to, but...
It's almost like if you say you're an atheist, you're in a group, and I'm not. I just don't believe in any gods. So, but yeah, I am what you would call an atheist for sure. So, yeah. So anyway, when I was like around 15 or so, I remember somebody in school was like talking about religion and stuff, and they were like, so what do you believe? I guess I had hinted at not believing in God. And I was like, I broke it down. I was like, here's what I believe. I believe if there is a God, it's got to be me. And they're like, they thought it was like a joke or that I was trying to sound like I was like real like stuck up or something. And they're like, oh, whatever, you're not God. And I was like, no. I was like, because God, if God is what creates the whole universe, the only consciousness that I can confirm is my own. So the only thing I know to be true is that I am me, and therefore, if all this is created, the only creator that I can. The only being possible of creation that I can for sure vouch for is myself. So if there is a God, it must be me. And I was saying this to a fellow 15-year-old. And so I got blank stares and you're stupid.
Well, yeah, they're erased by their, you know.
Yeah, to them, like, there is a God, and it's the guy with the white beard in the clouds, and his son is
Santa.
Jesus. Yeah, basically. Yeah,
well, white beard in the clouds.
So when I said if the only person's existence, the only being's existence that I can prove is my own, therefore, if there's a being capable of creating, it may be me. I mean, I blew those people's mind, but I still, not that I believe that there is a God and it's me, but I still agree with that quote that I made, 19 years ago, is that whatever exists in this world I created in my mind, because it's true that you create the world in your mind, right? Like what's there is just input.
What you see, what you hear and stuff.
Is what your brain is interpreting.
Yeah.
So you do create the universe. I know that's like, I know you somebody smart could probably argue me on that and they're right and I'm wrong. And I'll agree I'm probably wrong. But my thought at that time was correct to me. If there is a God, basically that's my way of saying there is no God, and the world is the world is kind of what you make it. Like, not that the world's what you make it, because that would mean I made my world.
You like to see homos naked.
I like to see homos naked, and I do.
You're talking about you stuttering, so
yeah.
You're like,
but yeah. So that was my interpretation at 15, and I've definitely grown in what I believe and what I understand from 15.
I didn't have talks with people about that stuff because I was terrified.
Well, this was around the time that me and you started talking about it, though.
I wasn't 11.
Well, I was maybe I was later into high school. I was somewhere between 15
I didn't talk about
18.
that shit with anyone. I mean, I got kicked out of fucking CCD. They tried to make me Catholic, and I started asking too many questions.
Do you think they kicked you out just because they didn't like?
I was probably a dig.
Yeah, you were a dig, but I'm saying.
Right?
They were like they were training new boys for the priest to fuck, and they're like, I don't know, this one he's gonna squirm. Yeah. He's not gonna lay there and take it. Kick him out.
That's why they kicked me out, because they didn't think I was. The priest is like, he's not fuckable.
You didn't have a nice ass.
Yeah, the priest is like, yeah.
Do you think that the priests that fuck little boys like?
I was the Spartan that they threw into the pile. Yeah. They're like, yeah, cast this one out.
Do you think, though, when the priests are, like, looking for boys to fuck, it's just opportunity? Like, they just fuck who they can? Or do they think some are hot?
Actually, I mean, I think I would have been right up his alley, or he would have been up mine. Because I was blonde and I was skinny and little.
You were a kind of cute kid, I guess.
I mean, like my son looks right now. Blonde hair, skinny, little, you know what I mean? So,
everybody's kind of cute when they're a kid, but some people, like, stand out. I guess a lot of people are into blondes, so a priest might have been, like, really eyeballing you.
Yeah.
Here's what's crazy. You went to Catholic church at least a little bit. Almost for sure a priest, like, jerked off thinking about you, right?
That is something to think about.
Do you kind of wish he did?
No.
I do, because I remember one time this girl was this girl who I don't think I dated. It was a girl I knew that I was like good friends with.
We got very far. Oh.
I know, but I'll get back to priest. But she was telling me one time, she's like, some boy said like I was jerking off thinking about you. Like told her that when we were in school. And I thought that was a weird thing to tell her, and maybe he was trying to be funny, but she's like, it's weird. She's like, it's creepy, and it like creeps me out. She's like, but it's flattering. She's like, it means he thinks I'm pretty, and I was like, yeah, So I was thinking like, if a priest is jerking off thinking about you, it's nice, it means you're cute, or it just means because you're like a poor kid coming from a bad background, he thinks that he could get you, because that's
why they got that big robe. He's probably doing that in front of everybody.
They wear the big robe to hide boners for sure. I guarantee you that's where it started. Because the guy's up there telling you about God, and he's got a rod, a God rod. You're not gonna
God rod.
You're not gonna take a guy seriously. He's up there like, and then Jesus said, and he's sporting a fucking 8-inch fucking wood. Nobody's gonna pay attention to what he's saying. You're like, that dude's kind of funny. Everybody's whispering like, look at that.
Nobody's looking down at his dick when he's singing every couple words he's saying.
So he wears that robe so you don't see his boner. Not because he always has one, but just in case.
He's like, I've got a boner under this robe, right? Everyone's all like, ready to go, like.
He's like, damn.
Let's hurry up and go to the other churches. You know what I mean?
If you go to churches after church.
But no, I mean everybody's looking forward to eating after church. You know what I mean?
Luby's is the main. Like, that's what you think
Luby's?
of. Luby's, yeah. Have you ever ate at Luby's?
There's not even one around here.
There used to be, though, but it is like, it's like a common thing you hear, like, the family going to Luby's after church. Maybe now it's different because there's not as many Luby's. But, have you ever ate at one?
Fast food or something. Yeah, I've eaten one.
Dude, I love Luby's.
You must have eaten one recently.
No.
It seems like it's on your mind or something.
No, I haven't eaten at Luby's since I was
like starving, aren't you?
I'm real hungry. I'm really hungry. If there's a Luby's, pull in. We're eating.
We ate like 10 hours ago. But damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 hours ago. Anyways, but I ate more recently.
Yeah.
But anyways, so back to our like God talk.
Like, what do you think happens when you die? Is that
all right? I was thinking like whenever you die, right? I'm not just talking about like the funeral part, but that too right now. Okay, So you're at the funeral and like it's supposed to be your whole big shindig and everything.
Yeah. And
then like as soon as it's over, everybody scatters like when the credits roll and they're leaving the
everybody
theater.
starts like slowly getting up.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like it's fading off. Yeah, like your life. You know what I mean? That was the last point.
And
after your burial, I guess, right?
Whoever like
then
loved...
you're done. People will come and visit your grave or something like that, right? But I mean, like your time is done.
But if the end of your funeral is the credit roll, then like the person who loved you the most that like stays there and like lays on the casket for 3 hours after is that dork that waits for the after, like the scenes after the credits.
I do that, but I'm not gonna sit there and you know what I mean. But
not in Marvel movies, at every movie, just in case. Marvel movies, you expect it.
Yeah.
But there's people that wait till the end of the credits. There's people that watch the credits. There's credits for a reason.
Every movie I watch, I fast forward to the end.
Yeah.
If I'm watching it at the house, I'll fast forward it until the credits roll all the way through and it's done. And I don't want to miss shit.
And what I do, and I'm not lying, I text you and say, is there anything after the credits on this movie?
Because there's movies.
I do that right.
There's movies that'll have it. Because they're hinting another, not just Marvel movies.
Not even just hinting at another. Sometimes comedies will have like a
just a little funny part at the end or something like that. I mean,
like
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And that shit came out in the 80s, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you still doing here?"
Yeah.
It's like over.
They call it like an Easter egg or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, "Go home."
But he doesn't get. Here's how stupid Ferris Bueller is. That movie's from the 80s. We're watching it at home.
Yeah.
It's 2018, you idiot. Yeah. We are home.
So anyways, after you die, though, that's what I was thinking, like, after you actually, your life is over, the people around you, scatter afterwards, and, like, they're like, oh, let's go eat. Like, you're straight up, you're, like, in the ground now.
How long do you think you'll matter after you're dead? Okay, your wife, your kids, you'll matter a lot for a couple of years, less and less. We know because our mom died 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Your mom still matters, but you don't think about her as much anymore.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Not as much, you know.
The little things will remind you, but you're not like, Mama. You know what I mean? You don't.
Well, we always like joked and stuff about
well, with her, we knew she was gonna be down for years.
I have a tattoo of her with her name and some other stuff on it on my arm, and like for the first several years after she died, for the first year or two, every time I would take my shirt off or I would take a shower, I'd see it, and I would think of Mom, and it reminded me of everything. Now, dude, I forget that tattoo's there, and it's like I forget, and I have another tattoo right under it of some stuff about my son. And I'll see it because it sticks out of a short sleeve shirt. My son's does. And I'll see it. And then a lot of times I don't even think about that Mom is above him. He still does. He comes to me. He never knew her because he's 3.
Yeah.
And she died 12 years ago. But he knows his tattoo because it's got his handprint and some stuff. And he looks at it and he says, that says my name. And he says his name. And he puts his hand on it. And he points at the other one. And he's like, and that's my Grandma Terry. And I'm like, oh yeah, it is. And I pull my shirt up more so I can see it. So that's how much you fade. That's my mom. Yeah. And I was a mama's boy, and it's 12 years.
12 years ago.
So how long do you think it is until you're just like, people you went to high school with, how long after you die are they going to like forget you unless somebody brings it up?
Yeah, I mean, quick.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Probably just within like a month. For like maybe a few weeks, they're going to be like, damn, I can't believe he just died, you know?
And then a couple of years, every once in a while.
Especially if you're way older, because then it, like, you got less friends.
You haven't been
probably
around
died
them as
too.
much.
You know what I mean?
But let's say 12 years after you died, like Mom, one day your friend is like, let's say your friends are like doing something.
And they're like, you remember Dwight?
Yeah, one of them says something that's something you used to say. They're like, dude, Dwight used to always talk about that. And they're like, dude, remember him? Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude.
Or someone's going to be like, I wonder what he died.
But,
right? You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, he died. They're like a couple years ago, right?
There'll be a few
they're like 12 years ago.
A few people will be like, thank God.
Right? So, yeah, someone's gonna be like, no, he died.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't forget.
Yeah.
So
they think about it every day with a smile.
Fuck it, even if I leave that mark. No.
But here's the thing, though. We're talking about all this, and you got to realize that we will live forever through our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's been bouncing off alien ships for years.
In 100 years. We've been dead forever. Our kids are dead. Nobody's thinking about us. And somebody's like on the internet and they're like, I'll click that link. And then they're like, we're back. They're like, with the Bad Vibe Podcast.
Yeah, they get all the way through to episode 57 and they're like, I want to hear more. But we died right after that.
Dude, somebody is going to be listening to us say this when we're a long gone dead.
Yeah.
There's something that is rewarding about that. Because you often hear artists say, a lot of artists don't have kids, right? Like that's just a thing. Part of it is that their art takes all of their attention, you know. And part of it too is that people have kids to leave something, a part of them in the world, and an artist is leaving their art to the world. We're leaving a podcast and kids. We're cluttering the shit out of the world.
Fuck yeah.
But I do think about it a lot. Is that when I'm dead, my son will be able to go back and listen to these and be like, dude, that's my dad.
He's like, in episode 57 was your last one because that car crash. Well, I
mean... If we have
of course, no one would be able to upload it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We're going to die next car crash.
I was hoping we would die.
Episode 56 might be the last one.
Okay, so...
Well,
hopefully...
55.
Not hopefully, but... I was going to say, hopefully we'll die. But it would be kind of cool if we died and somebody uploaded it for us.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, dude, and one day we'll be, and then, oh shit! And then you're like,
it stops, right?
And then you're like,
yeah, I'm like, Dropbox, right? I'm trying to like.
Dude, if you push the last button to download this, to upload this as you're dying, dude, that's going out like a fucking champ.
If anyone knew.
I got my suppers waiting in the microwave at home. It's gonna just wait forever.
But,
I like to get morbid. I'm a morbid motherfucker.
But like you were saying, though, with the whole dying thing, what I think happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely don't go to some place.
But you might. You don't know that you don't. There's no evidence that you do. But you don't know.
That's pretty fucking stupid, though.
You don't know what happens when you die.
You know what I mean? That's pretty tardy.
No, it is. I don't think that there's any kind of heaven hell stuff. But you definitely never know. But there is evidence that you don't go somewhere when you die. And that is the whole thing, like, as before you're born. If you have a soul... and
you restart?
That's
that'd be fucking awful. Well, you wouldn't know, I guess, right?
Reincarnation would be good if you're on your way up. If I start out worse than this life, I'm fucked because we were real poor.
I mean, like, the only way that would work is if you didn't remember it. Because, I mean, people would be saying it. They're like, shit. You know what I mean?
You hear people say all the time, like, the reincarnation stories. I mean, they're bullshit, but some of them are pretty, like, interesting. It's like a little kid that's, like, 5, and he's always telling these stories about a past life, and then they find a past life that matches his stories. Those are interesting, but, I mean, it isn't real. Here's why it isn't real. If your soul is, your essence is your soul, right? I'm going to say soul, but like your essence, like your consciousness. If it goes into another body, then where did they come from? There used to not be that many people.
Yeah.
There's 7 billion souls right now, right? And more every day because there's more kids being born.
Aliens.
There used to be not that many people.
Aliens.
So where do all these souls come from? Are there new souls getting made?
Let's say... I mean, I guess...
Reincarnation, I just debunked reincarnation. All you Buddhists or Hindus or whatever, you're wrong. And
Since there's more people in the world constantly, right?
Yeah,
the numbers are going up, so that means more people
even if it's not going up, it has gone up.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's not year to year, from the last 50, it's gone up.
Way up.
So in the last 50 years, there's been less people born... I mean, more people born than dying.
Yeah.
So that's how that works, folks. But
that's how numbers go up.
So let's say of those, 1,000 people died in this certain period, right?
All at once would be
100. I mean, 1,100 were born.
Mm-hmm.
Those other 100 are aliens.
Souls.
They're aliens.
Or they're soulless.
I'm one of them.
You don't have a soul?
Huh?
You don't have a soul?
That's the atheist.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean?
That's how atheists are created?
Yes.
We literally don't have souls.
We are born without a soul.
Because of,
because we're atheists.
What's the word? Not inflation.
Right? And that's why we try to spread that, right? So that's why there's more people in the world, because we're a growing population.
And you can't spread it because the people born with souls have souls.
Because, hold on, watch this. Isn't China...
It has a lot of atheists.
Yes, and it's the biggest fucking place.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Russia, right?
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
Big place.
A lot of fucking atheists.
Although there's a lot of atheists in Australia, and it's not very populated. The country thing might not work.
I mean, it's not working out exactly. But I mean, like...
idea...
If someone's going to believe in a soul thing, and like, think of the whole reincarnation, and then your thing... ruins them or debunks them, like you're saying, then my thing is like what's it called, like an ad into it, you know, like
you're tagging it, you're tagging the joke,
like it's what's it called, like a sub, whatever, like whenever it's like
subtitle.
No, it's something else to it.
Submarine.
Anyways, mine's like a bullet right after it, like. This like an add-on to it, an amendment or something like that.
The only problem with your theory is, though, there was a time when there was just a few people. So we're only working with 2 souls. That would mean there are billions of atheists.
Well, that's what I was saying. Aliens, though. Could have been aliens.
So we have alien souls.
Yeah.
I wonder where it's from. I hope it's from a good planet like Venus or something.
We don't know there was just a few people, though.
No, they do.
Huh? We don't, though. I mean, like, we don't...
I don't have, like...
I have no way of, like, going and putting a stick in the dirt and be like, there used to only be 2 people. How the fuck did they figure that shit out?
The people who know that, though, they said that at one point, not that long ago, I wish I could remember how long. I'm not going to say because I don't know for sure, but not a super long time ago, but definitely before like, modern times. The population may have gotten down as low as, like, 1,000 people.
On the planet.
On the planet Earth.
And now we're fucking coming around into
I don't know
whatever it is, like fucking 12 digits or something like that.
No, I think we're close to 8 billion people. That's way too many. If Earth was 20 times bigger, that still seems like a big number.
It's 12 digits.
Didn't they say? Have you ever heard that saying that? 12 digits is definitely wrong.
That's
9.
way up there. Yeah.
It's
That's a lot. I was thinking we were coming up on 10 billion.
It might be 10 digits.
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. There's a fucking like an island of plastic the size of Texas out in the ocean.
I can't wait. I can't wait till it
come
gets so sturdy that people start living there.
That's the new Australia, right?
We send prisoners there, and then it turns into a really cool.
They're like, hey, Australia's not that bad a piece of land, so we're gonna give y'all this new one.
Oh, we send Australians?
Yeah, we send the Australians there. Australians all like, they have people there they don't like, and they send them there.
They're like, oh,
right?
crikey.
Right?
Gotta go to the trash island. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That's the best voice I've ever done. If you're listening to this, you know I suck at that, and I just did okay on that.
You liked how I laughed like Leno earlier.
That was good, dude.
Right?
You did a good Leno laugh. The first time was way better.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm tired. But,
So there's only so many souls, so when people are born, there's not enough souls for they're atheists. You might as well put that in a textbook. That seems pretty legit.
Yeah, atheists.
So we don't have souls. Here's another. This is even better.
Because maybe the soul is what makes them people stupid. You know what I mean? Because they're believing in something very stupid. You know what I mean?
No, but it doesn't make you. It makes you. No, they're not stupid. Because they're right. They have a soul. They're right. We just think they don't have souls because we know we don't. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying they're stupid, though. They're believing something very, very stupid.
No, but it is true for them. They do have a soul. We don't.
It's true for us.
It's true for us that we don't. And it's true for them that they do.
Okay, so you're saying that there's two different truths in the world.
One
is that there isn't a God, and one that there is. No, I can't.
You really can't pause it real quick?
No. One that there is a God, and one that there isn't.
They're both true, but one's true for... Yeah, just pause it real quick.
Hold on. Alright, so we're soul survivors. Soul survivors.
Yeah.
Which would mean you are the only survivor. Okay?
It's funny
right?
because you say, like, soul survivor. Soul, I guess, comes from because people say there was not a soul there, and if you're there, you are a soul.
Yeah, there's not a person there, not a one there.
Yeah.
So not a soul there, right?
But there is. You just say soul.
But like a summer solstice, right?
That's not. Oh shit. That's not even spelled the same.
Yeah, no, it's just in the middle.
I mean, it's S-O-L, instead of S-O-U-L.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was thinking, you're talking about like how people that have souls or whatever. Black people have soul, and black people also tend to be real religious.
Huh? They have soul?
I think there's something to that. But, yeah, I don't know. We were talking about what you think happens when you die. I think most likely it's just like light switch off. It's over. Nothing.
And you're done.
That's what I think. Yeah, because, like I said, for one thing, the one thing I would say is that before you're born, like, apparently nothing's happened unless you just forget it, but which I guess is possible because you do forget what happens when you're a baby. But I'm pretty sure, it just seems to me, because your brain, we know, like, maybe they don't know exactly everything about how your brain works, but we know what makes it stop working. We know that when no blood goes to it, it loses activity and all that shit, right? So when you're dead, your brain isn't doing anything anymore.
And our bodies age.
Yeah, so
our body like decomposes or whatever, and like some people faster than others.
We don't seem like something that goes on.
It's just electricity or whatever or energy or whatever is going on.
Shots firing in your brain,
and
when that stops happening, you would stop experiencing.
And then as soon as that your brain's not being energized, it just stops.
Because what living is experiencing, right? That's what we're doing. You're experiencing life. You're experiencing whatever. So you're experiencing things through your senses, and your brain is like your eyes taken, and your ears, and all that. When your brain is dead and you're dead, you're no longer sensing. So it just seems to me that it's just you no longer exist.
A remote that has no batteries, it's still a remote and doesn't cease to exist. It just doesn't have power anymore.
But it
just lays there. You don't go bury it.
No.
That'd be weird. Well, we kind of do. We throw it in a pit. We throw it in a dumpster.
Wait, you put new batteries in
and
it.
You know what I mean? when the back's missing,
but
because they all do.
The only thing that what a remote does is its experience
gives you control.
No, but it is interacting with the TV. And when there's no batteries in it, it can't interact with the TV, so it is like the light switch is just off.
The remote gives you control.
Remote's kind of a bad one because you can bring it back with batteries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That cops can use. Well, they can use them, I guess. But
yeah.
Anyways, folks, this has been episode 57.
Yeah, we did a short episode because it's a bonus.
A bonus. Episode 57.
Yeah. And
check us out on Facebook, Twitter, The Bad Vibe.
Yeah, The Bad Vibe. You'll find us.
All right. If you were listening to this, which if you hear this, then you were, right? Anyways, as always, if you're listening to this, you are The Bad Vibe.